Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to game number 1 of Can't Connect Stuns versus Team Marine Go. Sorry, normally I would have had time to go over the map. As you can see, we're in Sky Temple. However, someone was in my DMs and would not act. I'm like, dude, I'm casting, shut up! And finally, I had to be like really mean about it. I'm like, will you please stop DMing me? I literally can't close my Discord in case something goes wrong. This is not an emergency. Stop talking to me right now. Yeah. Like, first of all, they're asking me mod stuff for division I play in, so I'm like literally not allowed to do anything with it. I do not understand why they are. Slightly frustrating. However, here we go. The banned out maps were, since we're going to go, we did have Cursed Hollow and Towers of Doom being banned out by CCS, Battlefield of Eternity and Baraxis being banned out by Team Rainbow Strike Grow. We do go ahead and have Ragnaros being the first ban from CCS. Obviously, it's a kind of interesting Sky Temple. You can definitely use Ragnaros' Lava Wave in order to push a lane that you're not even in. But I don't actually feel like he's that priority of pick, so that must be targeted. Only thing I can figure. Next thing would be Brightwing. Brightwing is going to be the ban. So I'm still like frustrated and distracted by people that are messaging me about stuff that I can't do anything about, even after I told them to stop. Has me very, very, very annoyed. But you know what? We're not going to focus on it. It's okay. Instead, we're going to go ahead and look at our second ban from CCS, which is going to be the Falstead. Falstead makes a lot more sense, as does the Brightwing. Falstead and Brightwing are globals, and this is a massive, massive map. So being able to quickly move from one lane to the other, that actually makes me wonder if we'll have a Dahaka being the next ban, because Dahaka is also kind of in that same situation where you kind of end up being able to go between the lanes extremely quickly. Why is this thing not saying I'm casting? I don't know. Hopefully we'll figure it out pretty soon. That's a bit of an ooh. Maybe I just started casting and stopped casting too much because I was having to help someone figure their stuff out. Oh, Junkrat being the first one. Okay, Junkrat is one of those characters that is either amazing or terrible because they either like ruin all your combos and you're like, why did you just save that guy? Well, he was using an ability and it made me scared. No. We were about to kill him. Blaze being the pull out from Silver. I'm gonna say Silver. All these characters, all these people have TSRG in front of their names. That's annoying. I'm not gonna read it every single time. I'm sorry. I refuse. Yep, Eric goes in and get the Junkrat. We'll go ahead and see Blaze on Silver, and then Killer, the one non-TSRG member of TSRG, is gonna be on Jaina. Blaze used to be an offlaner, and then he became a tank, and now I'm just sad. Gotta have more offlaners in there. We do go to have Brainer and Slickrub. Taking Diablo and Lucio probably should include that. Alright, so with that being said, we should have an offlaner being banned out here because the offlaner and AD... No, they actually do go ahead and go for the DPS. They say, although actually that makes a lot of sense. Sonya definitely empowers pushes in a very, very, very big way. So being able to not have her turning buildings off is extremely worth. We also do have the Kerrigan being banned out. That's interesting. I wonder who that is targeted against. Which of these people does play Kerrigan a lot? None that I can come to mind immediately. I don't remember seeing any clips from Robert, Panda, or Styx playing Kerrigan. But at the same time, I guess the comp they have is melee focused enough, although not really the Junkrat. Okay, they do go and get the Tychus. Tychus is definitely a counter pick into Diablo. This will be able to burn that down, especially with the level 4 that does like 4% per shot. It's ridiculous. Only down to 20%, but at that point, Diablo can't stay in, so it doesn't even matter. Now, the thing is, they have not actually removed any ability to blind, so we still can have a Cassia coming out. Though, granted, Cassia and Junkrat may not be the best combination. Lily and Johanna not available at the moment. They could have Artanis as the offlane, though. That's totally a thing. They do going to have the Cassia though. I called it. Look at me being a great caster. We also have Mainsky coming in with the Ghost Dunk. I'm falling behind actually putting these in on the sheet. Okay, sorry for the lulling conversation there. I have to actually turn and type stuff, and if I can do it as things go along, okay, I do like the low arc to Sonya. Being able to slow her down with your level 4 slowing and just being able to suck. Kind of lets Leo win that trade 9 times out of 9. Okay, not quite that much. I've definitely seen Leo lose that trade. But with that said, we'll go ahead and go into Sky Temple. Everyone look forward to it, especially you. Yes, you. See you in just a second, guys. All right, and with that, we are into the game itself. Here we have coming in on the blue side of the field, uh, the Chevaliers in Cobalt. I think Cobalt is a blue, is a shade of blue. I'm actually not super good with colors, but we are going to have the main ski playing that Sonya, Wolf coming in on Cassia. We are going to go ahead and have Wolf. I did not change the names. I am so confused. We do have Slick Rub on Lucio, Brainer on Diablo, and Eric is playing the Junkrat. On the other side of the battlefield, we do go ahead and have Killerfly is playing the Jaina, Panda is on the Anduin, Styx is riding around on Tigers with that big minigun on the back seat. We do have Robert on Leoric, the King of Undying. I think the Mad King is his name, and then Silver is on the Blaze. We should go ahead and mention that. Somewhat as Machet, somewhat. It is harder to do when she's slowed down. Like, it becomes a skill matchup, and Leoric has a tool in order to make the skill for him to sort of work better. We'll go ahead and have to see it. And there we go. The quick step away, and then the suck. Meanwhile, down here, we do have some aggress happen. Brainer goes in, a lot of big old flames traveling along the ground. All right, here comes Killerfly. Sorry about that. I'm still distracted by what happened right before the cast. Oh my god, people, when I say I'm casting, that means shut up. Like, and it's got me very off my game, and I apologize. Here we have a little bit of an invade. Lucio kind of come in along with Eric, but this is a bad invade. That is 4 versus 2. CCS, I know you're mad lads, but now you're dead lads. Not 100% sure what was happening there. If CCS ends up winning, I will definitely ask them in the winner's interview, because that was weird. Sony did come down, looking for the double soap for just a second. He's going to come back up here and pick this up before it crashes into the wall. There comes back here, says, this is my vision point. I like seeing where people are going. With that being said, we do go and have Silver coming in. Silver dashes out almost immediately. Does not like taking freaking damage. But to be honest, like, really, who does? Who enjoys taking free damage? Look at our level 1 talents. We do go ahead and have Thunderstroke from the Cassia, as well as Fingers of Frost coming out of the Jaina. No other questing talents other than Diablo's questing talent, but that one doesn't count. That's baseline. You don't have to say that one. One second. Why the heck does this still not say I'm streaming? stupid thing. It's one of those things I'm like, I am streaming, right? I assume I am. You guys are talking in chat. I don't think you would be doing that if I wasn't here. But it makes me sad because Discord should be saying that I'm streaming. You have Robert up at the top. The middle shrine is being controlled by CCS. They do not look like they did significant damage to the walls, so this will not take down the fort. This one looks a lot better primed to actually get a lot of damage done. It does look like they got a little bit of damage done on here. I don't know if they'll continue to take the fort down, but they'll get a lot of the damage done to it. Alright, we do have Sonya down here going up against Blaze, actually. Another offlane matchup, but Blaze is, like I said, been promoted to tank recently, so I don't get to see him in the offlane very much.
Find something else to fight over.
Leoric up here being a Robert. Yes, that's a great description, just being a Robert. Alright, fantastic. Thank you, Wolf. Appreciate hearing ya. Discord just has me kind of kerfluffle because it's not changing my stats to purple. I'm like, I'm online, Discord! Ah. But you know what? It's okay. It doesn't matter. You wonderful people are here. I don't need a stupid purple status. We do have Eric and Slickrub. I like Slickrub's moving around. This is one of the things that drives me crazy when I see people in camps and they don't actually avoid the minions. Like, you take so much more damage than you need to. Just move. You like to move it, move it. You like to move it, move it. That being said, we do go and have Slickrub moving up here. A lot of damage on Robert. It looks like Slickrub will be slightly moved down. Leoric did go ahead and actually took Neil Peasant, so is going to be able to clear camps quicker, which is odd because I haven't seen him in a camp yet. Whoopsie. We do also have Drain Momentum. Going to be able to chase people who aren't Lucio down. That's an interesting talent, actually. I guess it's fine. I'm just like, you're going up against a Lucio team, so you know your opponents will have speed advantage. So even though you don't get slowed down, they can still move away from you. But I guess actually when Leoric is engaging into a like one-on-one, Lucio's not around, so yeah, it's fine. Yeah, Styx is going to be all kinds of a dead Tychus. Would you go and have a blind Blaze going in there? Robert tries to move down, but it is a losing battle as CCS evens up the kill count at 1-1. I misread that. I thought that said if Lucio has a lamer skin. I'm like, lamer. I'm mature. Shut up. Big rotation coming down bottom. Are they looking at boss? That would be quite the gutsy play. This Tychus has just now come back and is riding his mighty Cerberus back into the battlefield. Nope, it looks like they are just looking at the next temple. Not surprising, not surprising. Neither team having done significant damage to the front wall of the other. Right, there is Silver. Silver goes ahead and gets a big old pug. There is, oh yeah, you got Diablo, and Diablo's like, I'm just gonna breathe fire on everyone. Leoric catches flames to the face. He's like, I'm a skeleton, you can't burn my skin off. But apparently you can burn his bones off, because Leoric does go down. We do want to have a second kill happening on the side of CCS. Silver is right in the middle of a lot of damage, does get flipped out. Anduin goes ahead and gets the pull-out game, very strong. Killerfly is going back, Silver's going back, but this is going to be a shrine firmly in control of CCS as they go ahead and start using the energy of the sun to slam into their opponents. We have the Moonwell already down, and the fort is taking damage. I do think with enough damage that was on the front wall, this will absolutely take the fort and actually move up to the mid fort. They make it a double fort for this one if the opponents cannot get there, but all 5 of their opponents are actually back and into the fight, and Eric's in a lot of trouble. Eric is going to be aggressed upon. There goes a lot of bombs. Crack, boom. We do have main scheme being the second one down. So about that, getting 2 shrines, or getting 2 key ports, getting 2 words. We do go and have a 2. We have the kill count being overtaken on the side of TSRG Knights, or no, TSRG No Knights, the Nightless, TSRG Days have gone ahead and overtaken the kill lead and are going to finish off the shrine. You heard what I said, Karkin? Did I stutter? Alright, there's a big unstoppable. It's very interesting that we do have Anduin actually taking over the, because you're up against a Junkrat and a Diablo and a Sonya and a Lucio, like, I'm really surprised to see that the Anduin did take Holy Word Salvation here. There's a lot of knockback on the other side. Now, granted, Sonya actually has to be able to hit a skill shot and go through your team, so that one may not matter as much. Did Sonya take leap, actually? Oh, she did. Never mind. Plus, you had Blaze. I feel like the light bomb would have, you could just light bomb Blaze, then Blaze charges in and crack a boom. Boom goes the dynamite. Boom goes the fort. Speaking of boom goes the fort, once again they are aggressing into this bottom fort, looking to go ahead and get it done. But at the same time, Leoric's in the top lane, moving into that fort. It looks like there's going to be a fort trade going in right now, and then next shrines are top and bottom. So I think we know which team wants which shrine. Although actually it doesn't matter as much for CCS. All right, a little bit of a fight here. Robert is moving in. Ghost Dunk is also coming in here. There is the blind. We do go ahead and have... Oh, there is Sonya. Sonya's hot on the trail. There is... Was that Innocent Renewal? It was. There is the lead. They say, I do not like the Skeleton King. I do not like it at all. I do not like this king I am. But the king survives. The king does not go down. And the Ghost Dunk says, I hate this tower. I may not get the king, but F this tower right off. It's interesting they're actually using that ult not as a mid-battle OS button. They're actually using it more as a just full heal right before an engagement. I like that play. It's a very, very good accommodation over the what they're running into. Surprisingly, no one's going for top temple. Sonya is soaking right now. Both teams are level 14. It does look like Sonya is aiming for top temple. Does that mean they're actually giving up on bottom? It looks that way. We'll have to go and see if that's actually what ends up happening. So once again, if they get this whole fort, they'll get a double keep. Or double fort, gosh dang it. I promise I know the difference. And a lot of damage is coming through. There is additionally a lot of pressure here in the mid lane. Both forts are just being blithely traded out. And they're boom, boom, boom. But actually, they'll get a triple? Oh my god, a triple? Meanwhile, there's a big fight in the middle here. Raynor trying to walk away. And then he walked away. There goes ahead the combustion coming out from Blaze. A quick heal on Anduin in the backline. We do go and have Lucio going down. No one else down, except as I say that, the Skeleton King goes skeleton dead. And we do have Tychus falling out of the Odin, but falling out as a corpse. Here's everyone else kind of moving through. We do go and have the rest of the teams going back. It is a 2-for-1. We are dead even, 4 kills to 4 kills, but about a 2/3 of a level, a lead for CCS. They are level 16s. They do have level 16 talents, and they are taking this boss. Robert scouts it out. That actually makes them disengage, surprisingly enough, even though Tychus is not around. I mean, granted, they don't have their healer, but their opponents are missing their big first DPS. And I think they must have seen them on the top lane, so they move back in. Go ahead and take this out. Everyone is back up, and there's going to be a fight here. Silver is watching this happen, but Silver goes ahead and gets pushed around by Diablo. Go away, Blaze. Now come back, Blaze. Like the comeback kid, but it's Blaze. Here's everyone else kind of moving on up the bottom lane. A lot of damage being done, and the next temple is the bottom temple. So this is super priority for CCS, because this can go, if they actually take out the wall, which it seems almost inevitable they will. The boss is still at half health. They can actually take bottom keep if they can control the fort. That is the very, very big if. Everyone cross your fingers, cross your toes, stick your tongue out, and put your head to the side. If you're a fan of CCS, if you're not a fan of CCS, then well, I don't like you, but actually TSRG is a great team. I've got loyalty, what can I say? Oh, we do have Raynor taking a lot of damage, is down to about, actually it looked like 900 health. Like, Diablo has so much health that his actual number comes up when he is still at 1,000. How much is Diablo rocking right now? That's my question. He's rocking 7,500, just about, just shy of it. Speaking of which, you do have Blaze in the backline. There's a bouncing lightning ball going back and forth. You're calling the Valkyries because Cassia is on a mission. And that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-man team wide on the side of TRSG Knights. Not Knights, TSRG Days. Gosh dang it, I'm sorry. Howlin is my friend, and I'm not used to saying TSRG and not ending with Knights. My esteemed apologies. TSRG Days do come in. I know it's just Teams Race I Go. It's not Days. I just think it's funny. But they are moving it. They're not trying to end. They do realize they've only got a few seconds until their opponents are back. But they are going to go back and capture the temple. It looks like the plan may be to just go ahead and give the shots while they move it throughout the map. Their opponents are having to worry about the lanes for just a second. It does look like this one has not really been taken down at all, so they will not get a second keep if they manage to get this. They're so close to level 20s. Their opponents, surprisingly, they don't want to go in there because they don't want to engage into a level 20 team. And 20s are now picked up. CCS is going to be taking Infinite Lightning on the Cassia. Mixing Fire for the Lucio. Hellstorm on the... I like Hellstorm. I usually see Hellgate, but Hellstorm is a super, super sexy and cute alt. We do have Ignore Pain on the Sonya. And then, of course, Junkrat is going to take Cannonball! So it does look like this keep is down to about 6,000 health. But CCS is looking for a fight. However, TSRG does do a great job. Realizes they're coming in. Says they have 20s. We do not want to fight them right now. Just trying to take them. But they're trying to take them to up a level and a half. That's dangerous. So dangerous. And with that being taken care of, we do go in and have everyone kind of moving through, looking to do the absolute best they can. Trying to get absolutely everything knocked down. Here comes more giants down the bottom lane. That's kind of the... It's kind of fate pressure, though, because CCS would have to follow all the way into the middle. It looks like they are trying to put a little bit more pressure on the middle. Cassie getting some free spears in. Down to 62, down to 57. Slowly wearing that away. There's a big old chomp chomp happening onto Silver. Hi-oh, Silver. Yeah, I said Silver's high. What you gonna do about it? We have temples coming active. They are in both the lanes that are... I mean, again, that's the thing. Like, mid lane and bot lane is effectively the same for CCS right now. I shouldn't say that the lanes that are good for CCS, like...
Yes. My magic flows through the temples. Guardians!
Now we should have top lane being double lasered. It does look like Blaze is a little bit far ahead of the rest of the team. A little bit of engagement happening down here. They're trying to move in. There are only 4 members of CCS here. They may go ahead and just fully retreat because that's the thing. They have a lot of structure damage to give. They still have a fort up at this point, although not for much longer, most likely. But yeah, it looks like the last keep on the side of TSRG is going to go down prior to the last fort for CCS. Oh, actually... Nope, not quite. I lied. I am a terrible liar. Also, speaking of terrible, we do go and have Diablo. Great move by the Junkrat in order to poop everyone back. Diablo was dead to rights there thanks to the level 20 and 2. There is the nuke coming out of TSRG sticks. If I was a CCS caster or a CCL caster, I'd have to continuously talk about, oh my gosh, the damage from the nuke! Like, and don't get me wrong, nuke does a lot of damage, but they always, like, hype it up to heck. I don't know why. I am actually curious. How much does it actually do? It does 700 damage whenever it lands, which is a lot of damage. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to claim it isn't. But it's funny how there's a lot of abilities that do that much damage, but they never get talked about. So a lot of boss aggression looking around. Brainer goes ahead and makes a friend. I feel like that should be a children's book. Brainer makes a friend. I'm sorry, Keladorn. I can't help it, though. I'm super good at it. Would you really want me to, like, deny my talents? All right, Silver moving in, moving out, moving through. I love Eric's position here. Like, this is exactly as experienced Junkrat. I almost never see Junkrats I play with abuse the fact that they can do that.
Red team's core is being assaulted.
I really like this play from CCS. They're going super slow. They're like, we can just camp out here. You're going to have to go answer your core. All 3 of your lanes are being pushed right now.
The light of the sun glows within the temple.
All right, boss is started by TSRG. They realize Sonya is not with the team as soon as that mercenary camp gets picked up, but Sonya is on the way. Sonya has arrived. Leap is available. There is the root coming down. Silver right in the middle of a lot of stuff. The boss is about 50% HP. There is the Entomb on Mainski. Mainski is not going to be long. The Invulnerable comes down, actually saves 2 members. We have the Odin in the background, but Jaina goes down. There's that extra long flame breath. Let's go ahead and get a kill onto Anduin and also Blaze. Raider has almost no health, but you know who else has no health? TSRG, as we do go ahead and have Styx being alive, the sole survivor. The sole survivor!
Red team dominated.
Once again, that is a 5-man team wipe, though this time they did at least take the Sonya. GG is called, and absolutely, they already have catapult pressure on core. So CCS does get here and has to move through the shields themselves, but there's no real issue. Diablo does go and get the Shrine just for extra fast clear. The Shrine does do more damage than Diablo would. I actually think Lucio might have done the same to the top Shrine. But you know what? At the end of the day, this is all talking about fluff and nothing. So we do go ahead. Game number 1 goes the way of CCS on Sky Temple. All right, here we have looking at the stats at the end of the game. In terms of the healing war, we do have Anduin out healing Lucio. Not super surprising, actually. And actually, I think even Anduin got kind of fudged numbers there because so many of those Holy War Salvations weren't interrupted and did do just giga healing. But yeah, Lucio definitely you kind of take in order to what level 10 did Lucio take? I already forgotten. High 5, not surprising. In terms of the damage, we do have Tychus leading the way. Tychus does come ahead and gets a 79,000 across the battlefield, 73,000 for the Junkrat, and then 50,000. Cassie being out damaged by the tank. Ghost Dunk off the team. Oh my god. We do have the Soak. We do have the Soak race being won by Mainski with 19,000. Well done, Mainski. Hats off to you. I'm actually wearing a hat, so I can take it off, but I'm not going to because my headphones will get in the way. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get ready for game number 2. Get ready as well. Don't go anywhere. Get out of a big old glue stick. Put that glue stick to your pants and sit down because your ass should be in that seat. Don't go anywhere. Also, just to point out while we're sitting here between games, if any of you are wanting to type at me and you can't, if it's like, oh, hey, you have to do verification, and you're like, I don't really want to do verification, there was just a data leak, and I don't really need my cell phone number published to the whole world. I get that. I do. So if you follow the channel in 24 hours, you'll be able to speak. I've got it set up, obviously, like being who I am, I have gotten hate rated a few times. So I do go ahead and put limitations on who's allowed to talk in my channel. So, but all you gotta do is follow for a day and then you'll be able to, even if you don't do the phone verification. Just wanted everyone to know that. Welcome to game number 2 on Infernal Shrine. First of all, you know who was so super, super cool, attractive, and amazing? It's Brainer, who also incidentally happened to go ahead and give me a Prime sub during that. Thank you very much, Brainer. You are the master and commander of awesomeness, which I guess actually means that Can't Connect Stunts is awesomeness, because that's just how words work. What do you want from me? Um, but yeah, I do appreciate it very, very much. We are going into Infernal Shrines. As you can see up at the top of the screen, we do go ahead and have first ban and first pick going over to the side of Team Rainbow Strike Go. So they're going to be doing that. They're going to be doing their first ban, first pick thing. It seems like they're talking quite a bit. I doubt they're really discussing the ban until right now. But did you get rid of the Brainer Diablo? They're like, this thing just doesn't die. I don't know what happens. It has hit points. The hit points seem to go down, but then they just never hit 0. I think that Diablo is just bad at math and doesn't understand how subtraction works. Can we get a smarter hero that will respond more appropriately to our attacks? Thank you! Also, I want everyone in chat to know that it is your fault, but I totally have Jenny, Jenny, who can I turn to? Stuck in my head. It is going 100%. Oh, interesting. Second Ragnaros spam. Definitely targeted. 8675309. I'm a way better singer than I think I am. All right, we do have that Junkrat being banned out. So it's interesting and not super surprising. CCS is kind of sticking with their original ban plan because they won game 1 with it. Ban plan, I like saying that. But we do have a big, big, big change on the side of TSRG because they're like, yeah, these heroes suck. They were way, way, way more intimidating than we expected them to be. So how about you just don't? But this does actually mean that Brightwing is available. Will it be picked up? Brightwing. I like Brightwing. Brightwing's like easily one of my favorite characters. Just the voice lines are amazing. And go. And no, we have the Lucio being taken by Panda. Panda actually goes from the Anduin to Lucio, takes Lucio away from Slick Rub. Lucio is kind of the hallmark of the anti-dive comp. So going against a Lucio, then you kind of want to draft sustained damage. Because the thing about Lucio just has his big burst heals, and then he heals slowly over time. So being able to do damage steadily will kind of out-tax him. Not quite as quickly as it will with a Malfurion. Alternatively, you can have a pick comp with multiple waves of burst. Where you do burst, he uses his thing, and then you hold off, and then you burst again. So we have the Sylvanas on Ghost Dunk, and then Brainer's like, okay, I won't play Diablo, I'll play Mei. Fire Lord to Ice Queen.
The crusade calls.
Mei coming out. Johanna on Silver, a super defensive hero. And then lastly, we have Kale Foss. For some reason, I could not find Styx, going from Tychus over to KT. Alright, so advanced, we do once again have the Kerrigan banned out. Again, no variation on the side of CCS, but they don't have a healer yet. Will they now take the opportunity to ban that Brightwing? They can't have Lucio. They can't. They can still have Sonya. Maybe they get rid of Sonya here. Just a question: do they keep? That's the thing, because with their current comp, would they even want a Sonya? 8675309. No, they do get rid of the Malfurion. Not a bad call with a like defensive tank like Johanna. And even KT does damage in small bursts, but it usually can't 100 to 0 someone. So Malfurion kind of makes sense, would be a good sustaining healer for the type of comp that they would want to go into with Lucio. So I like that. I like that a lot. Victory above all, says Thick Rob. And then we do have Blaze coming out of the main ski. So what if that's an off-lane Blaze? It probably is with Mei already being picked. So Blaze is going into, we're going to find out in just a second. They are saving their second DPS pick. That's a lot of damage. Robert staying on the Lyric, but Killer Fry goes from Jaina over to Zul'jin. I wonder if this will be changed. Because that does mean the mage and ranged assassin roles are being swapped. So here's the last pick, and the last pick will be the Ghoul Daddy from Eric. I do like Ghoul Daddy in this map. A lot of his abilities are AoE, and he can just clean that shrine up. So looking at things, I do like we have Mei is a more of aggressive tank, and CCS definitely has an aggressive play style. Stukov goes very well into Blaze and the stuns. Sylvanas and Gul'dan, decent camp pressure. On the other side, Kael'thas is better against clearing the shrine, and Zul'jin does a lot of damage. I really don't know. I am going to give a slight nod to TSRG, but it's super, super close. And here we go, guys. Look forward to it. All right, and here we go into the game. Representing our boys in blue, we have Can't Connect Stuns, the Sentinels of Stunning. I don't know. We do go ahead and have the main ski playing the Blaze, Ghost Dunk playing Sylvanas, the Grub on the Stukov, Mei being played by Brainer, and Eric playing Gul'dan. On the other side of the battlefield, Team Rainbow Strike Go, the Regency of Rebellion. We do go ahead and have TSRG Silver on Johanna, Robert playing that Leoric, Styx is on the Kael'thas, Panda is on Lucio, and we do have Killer Fly playing Zul'jin. If any of them actually switch, then too freaking bad. I can't keep up with that. I'm doing other stuff when it comes to the game. So with that, we do go ahead and have everyone moving in. They're already starting to bring top. It actually circles around. It's like, can I bait you guys into moving in? Do you think I left? Because I didn't. Haha. Joke is on you, fool. There's a big old freeze, and it looks like Joke is on Zul'jin, the bigger fool. CCS goes into its first blood as Mei knocks everyone back and then freezes them, and Zul'jin just could not move anywhere. Here's the thing. Usually you think you need ice or fire or acid to kill a troll. It turns out ice works just fine. D&D has lied to us all. D&D is clearly just like me. Here's another big engagement. We do have Blaze versus Leoric up top. I do feel like this is much more Leoric favorite. I think Leoric's just going to beat the crap out of this Blaze. The Brainer Mei into Zul. I'm actually surprised because wasn't the Mei pick before Zul'jin? Zul'jin's going to really struggle into this Mei. And they're rotating back down. Neither side going for camps. Although right as I say that, Slicker will just go ahead and say, you know what? These casual camps are stupid and I want them for myself. And he's like, guys, you passed me? Winner looks over, once again being super aggressive, but is not going to be able to run into all four of them. Or actually totally does have the ability to do so, but is going to wisely decide not to. All Alright, here's the battle over the bottom at the point at the bottom of the map. We do have them move in. Once again, big freeze. We do have Kael'thas unable to move, but some great screening from Silver does actually keep him from moving into Kael'thas. Styx is down very, very low, but that's a lot by his own doing, just so we can get a lot of damages out. Ghost Dunk is going ahead and getting some damage in. The Casual Camp is still fighting. It is now being defeated. Someone needs to get onto it. We do have Silver standing on the point, but we have a lot of damage into Styx. Styx goes ahead and regenerates. They start moving back in. Low health bars all around. Silver is going to go down, as is May. Both tanks are gone. This is going to actually be very bad. Killer Fly is going to be looked at. We do go ahead and have Panda getting a very hasty retreat and not going to be able to actually survive that at all. Meanwhile, we do have the point up. Main's going to go in and just start throwing flames. He literally used flamethrowers. That is the correct term for what is happening right now. Just go up and starts to double soaking, seeing the Yorick is making no move to come down. This is actually going to go ahead and be a frozen Punisher. The most desirable of the Punishers, though not the cutest. If you ever tried to cuddle with a frozen Punisher, you know it's a bad idea. With that being said, we are up to 29 and no attempt to move back. All 4 members are up and down here, but they're not trying to move in on this point. Gul'dan just absolutely laying waste to this place. What else friends you gonna have with that time? Alright. We go and have big old freeze happening, and the first fort of the game does go down. Winner goes in and gets hit by some axes, but that is still a super healthy immortal. They are going to try and beat it over the wall, and they do so. But man, they're just moving in. They're like, you know what? Hey, we've got double soak happening. We're just going to go ahead and take this whole wall down. The Punisher is almost dead. They're not going to get much more past the wall. They actually won't even get the wall itself. They do go ahead and make a full retreat. No reason to give kills to their opponents. Despite the fact they did a lot with that, they're only a little bit ahead, about half a level. But they're immediately moving to go in and get more structure damage up. Listen and obey, says Sylvanas. I do not have talents up. Why are you not yelling at me? Would you go ahead and have party mix up to about 460? 13 on Mana Addict. No questing talents taken except for Pursuit of Flame. It was finished before I even thought to look at it. And they did doing a great job shutting down this Zul'jin. Zul'jin's only up to 7 stacks so far. And that is nothing against the Zul'jin. That is just super heads up playing by Brainer, who is just not letting the Zul'jin. The Slush Ball is absolutely preventing all of the attacks that Zul'jin's trying to land here.
Your world is upside down.
Alright, we did actually have Blaze move down this time. Mainsky wanted in on the action. That is going to potentially give their opponents a chance to catch up and experience a bit. And already you can see they're only about a half a level behind instead of 2/3. Alright, both Shaman camps being picked up by both of the teams right now. They are waiting. The next shrine will be a Mortar Punisher. Now here's the thing, even though it's really, really bad, and they took a lot of damage in that first shrine, they ultimately only lost a fort. And so, yeah, they have to pay attention to bottom lane. Bottom lane will be pushed continually, but it's not as bad as it could be. Oh, but this could be the turning point. Surprised they didn't go. I guess they must have been on cooldown. It's on cooldown now, but that doesn't mean a whole lot. So we're moving up. Leoric is a little bit out. Does go ahead and move back as Brainer and Rue move into position. little bit of a split fight right now. Neither team really in it, but we do have Brainer going out and being pulled in by the Judgment. The Orc moves forward. Robert's kind of marked by Sylvanas. Silence comes down in order to prevent any spookiness. Silver right in the middle of a lot of stuff. There is the Entomb. Entomb comes in, but there's a bunker inside the Entomb. Make sure there's no real collapse. There is the hit, but the Leoric does go in and hit E before the hit happens. So he's able to go ahead and spooky walk on out of there. There's a lot of people getting caught, and we do have Zul'jin going down. Minsky comes in, a lot of damage is going through. Once again, just very, very quick clear. Gul'dan not actually up here yet. He is their fastest clearer, but it's going to start showing in, and Fell Flames are flying. Fell Flames are flying. Minions are dying. Meanwhile, it does look like we're going to go ahead and have some mercenary camps being taken in the middle. They're just say, okay, we're going to go ahead and give up top. Let's go and put some pressure on. Already Mainsky is down here dealing with this. Does not want free damage to go to this Khazra Impaler camp.
Blue team has summoned a mortar punisher.
Here's everyone else kind of moving in, coming through, moving in. There's an Ice Wall, but Ice Wall does not connect with anything. This time the Phoenix is doing a great job zoning them out, not able to really let them move in. We do go in, Panda moves up and unstuns the Leoric. Leoric does take a lot of damage though, is very, very much. Eric goes ahead and gets caught by that Entomb, but Leoric does not have enough to be the jailer. Very, very fast heal up coming in out of Eric. Meanwhile, while this has been going on, we've had Mainsky just pushing. I didn't even realize I was 4 versus 5 this whole time. Bad caster, I apologize. Please no flame. You go and have Blaze down below. There's a Blaze next to me, and he's waiting to see down below. I am very musical tonight. I apologize if it's annoying, except I kind of don't. There is the, we do have Falling Sword coming out of the Johanna. A little bit of damage. Lucio tries to move in. There's a lot of suck going on. We do have Gul'dan taking all of Johanna's life and being like, I'll take that. Styx taking a lot of damage. Is trying to go ahead and get Sylvanas, but Sylvanas will go ahead and do her own version of a spooky walk to get behind the gate. Very low health bars. I'm not sure you should be chasing into the CCS. I know you had a really good fight initially. We have Gul'dan healing up, but Slick Rub and Ghost Dunk still not super healthy in the back line. So Sylvanas over here wants another shaman camp. Surprisingly enough, Slickrow actually starts on the one in the back. I've always been told you clear the small ones first, because the small ones are what actually does the damage. Here's everyone else kind of moving on in. Moving on in. All right, because everyone else kind of moving through. All right, there's an ice wall. Ice wall goes in and catches Kalthos in the back. There's a falling sword. Falling sword is coming down. A lot of damage comes down onto Silver, comes from Silver. It does look like Lucio looking very, very weak in the back line. Raider kind of moves back and forth. Does not have a lot of health. Eric is on full retreat. We do have Ponda looking extremely low. Was showing health for just a second there. Main scheme going in, going to do some damage to Robert. No kills actually so far, and we do go after the first actually contested try. It is CCS favored. A lot of damage coming out of this blaze as he just goes ahead and burrows through. There is a silence coming down. It looks like Robert is taking a lot of damage. Just go ahead and Spooky Walk, gets it clear. The Arcane Punisher is coming out, but there is a silence arrow. Silence arrow kills off the Leoric. A lot of people cannot move. Main scheme goes and tries for the charge, but Panda very quickly sidesteps that. And now we go in and everyone's kind of moving through. They are absolutely, they didn't get it last time, but they are hungry for blood. And we did have the second spawn bottom lane that is terrible on the side of TSRG. That bad luck. Bad news bears luck, if you will. We do go and have a lot of damage coming through. Sylvanas goes in and turns this off. The Immortal has actually, or the Punisher has gotten distracted and went up to mid lane for a second. Oh my gosh, great combo. Kalthos just got evaporated. There used to be a mage there. He's gone now. Maynard jumps forward, putting some damage to Silver. There is another charge from Mainsky. The two of them are just basically two tanks in this fight. Bunker comes down, says, okay, this is where you're going to hang out. I got Brewskis in here. They're not cold, though, because I'm Blaze. F you. And with that, game number 2 and the series does go to can't connect stuns. I almost said can't counterpick salt because I'm super good at knowing which team I'm casting. Very, very well done. Let me go and see if I can set up an interview. Uno momento, por favor. All right. And now we'll go ahead and wait to see if anyone joins us. In the meantime, go ahead and go back to the screen. We do go ahead and have, oh, that is not the screen we want. Boop, boop. Kinda still had that up from before. Mine apologies. There we go. That's the way it should be set up. So we do go ahead and have, in terms of
CCS.
CCS. Okay, fantastic. I actually lost my sentence, and so I did not know what I was going to say. Holy crap, we got the entire team in here. I was like, okay, let's just go back and find out who I'm talking to. Oh, everyone.
Let's go.
Let's go, baby.
CCS.
CCS.
So first of all, kind of the gimme question, of course. How are you guys feeling right now?
Good. Second, I mean, we would have preferred. There were a couple games over the course of the season that would have been nice to not lose, so that we would have gotten first place. But we got second place because CCK got their Dawn victory. But we're good. I don't think we've ever felt stronger during the season than right now. So
Yeah, feeling pretty strong.
I mean, I actually said this in the last interview I had for the game I cast right before this one. At the end of the season, it doesn't matter your standing if you just go kill everyone in playoffs.
That's true.
That's called the simplicity mindset.
Seeding matters.
seeding feels good. It feels great to be first. I'll tell you that.
Oh,
I
it
mean, the
absolutely
plan is
does.
to beat everybody anyway, so it's all good.
The person I was talking to was in 8th place, and they were like, well, if that's actually the ideal place for us, we just take out the first place team and then get the easiest seed in the tournament.
It's true.
But okay, going back, Sky Temple. Now, you ended up not being able to pick Sky Temple. You guys got first pick, I believe. Or am I already
Yeah,
wrong?
Yes, we did it. Yes, we definitely did not pick Sky Temple.
Yeah,
Yes.
we were severely disappointed when they pick it. We're like, how dare you pick a pick, man? What's wrong with you? So
Actually,
yeah, like
well, the
go
thing
ahead,
about that
Nick.
was, of course, Wolf was the one doing the picking and banning, and it would not put me past Wolf to just be like, you know what? I like Sky Temple. They're gonna play Sky Temple. Go.
I think it would have been interesting for Wolf to throw us a curveball there, since ultimately this match didn't matter too much.
He's like the wise master who wants to give his students a challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so you guys had a very aggressive strategy on Sky Temple. Like it's not unusual. I see it a lot, but you just managed to control a lot of the area. It was very strange because it felt like you were able to actually secure kills in the actual temple fights, but then kind of like you weren't able to actually do damage. You almost had to use the temples to do almost all your damage to the actual buildings. Not something that was repeated in game 2.
Yeah, it felt game 1 felt like we just won off of our team fights. I mean, it was to the point where we were so confident in team fights that we took the very last team fight that resulted in the ace where we just walked it down and won.
Because Brainer was like, I want to go in, and we're like, Brainer,
I was screaming. I was like, just team fight. Like,
no,
it doesn't matter. We'll win. Like, we'll win the team fight. We've won every team fight. We haven't lost. I haven't died yet. They have a comp designed to kill me, and I can't die. Like,
Listen,
let's
but
just
that-
go.
but
Let's
that-
just run
that-
in.
That mentality for you would be like, oh, I'm in their back line, and then you just get melted, okay? See, that's the mentality we don't want you to have, Brainer, all right? We need you to not do that.
So basically,
That's why
I-
three of us were yelling at him
I was
to
just-
sit there and wait.
I was just gonna say that it a lot of our stuff was won in the team fight, and then after you win the team fight, they just have to give you the shrines. So we just took the shrines after winning the team fight, is what it felt like to me.
So basically, what I'm understanding is game 1 was a case of we need to win quickly before Brainer ends harder.
Yes. Yeah.
If that game goes too long past 20 with Leo Silence and Tomb, yeah, I probably could have died. There's definitely a way in that game where I lose my mind. But
Your mind's already lost.
we had to end before they got too deep into 20, or otherwise I might have been in a bad spot.
I do want to say my one big takeaway from game 1. There was one engagement that was great. I think it was Brainer that did get entombed, but then there was a just beautiful Junkrat like, okay, everyone get away from Brainer. Then just knocked the entire enemy team back.
Yep.
It was
Brainer's like, I'm living here. I don't die. It's like, yeah, you're welcome.
It's a man, because they're all pretty short range. Like Tygus is super short range, Jaina is fairly short range. So if I have spell shield, if I'm soul shielded and she's trying to do stuff to me, then it's like she doesn't do any damage to me. Tychus is so short range, Junkrat just boops him away, so he doesn't do any damage to me. And then nobody does any damage and kills me. And then I just ult. Like before they got 20, when I was silenced, they just entombed me and I just lightning breathed right in their face. Just okay, I'll just lightning breath and kill Jaina and Anduin on bot. Like, all right, fine. Entomb me, I don't care.
I will absolutely say that I don't usually see the extended flame breath come out of Diablo, but it definitely came in mega clutch at the very end there.
I love it. It's the best. It's if you can feel comfortable just planting your feet into the ground and screaming as loud as you can, then why not take the extended? Because the bonus spell power lasts for longer than the normal lightning breath goes for. So if you take extended, you actually get plus 30% spell power for a little bit longer on your ultimate. So you actually extend your DPS a lot further. It's actually more efficient to take that level 20. If you take that ult, I think it's more efficient to take that level 20 than it is to take the blink stun or whatever. In my opinion.
Can definitely see that. Moving on into game number 2. Game number 2 was wild. Uh, so actually, one last thing on game number 1. There was one absolutely bizarre fight that I said I would ask you about. There was a point where you guys ran in 2v4 trying to invade a camp.
Yeah,
What?
don't worry about that.
That wasn't me. That was them.
We like to wake up early in the matches by inting.
Die early, win late.
Fair enough. So moving on to game number 2. Game number 2 was wild. You guys almost pushed through a keep on the first Punisher. I actually thought you were going to. Like, if your plan is win quick enough before Brainer starts inting, I feel like that's going to hasten the problem when you start like that.
Game number 2 was very. I mean, we got really lucky with Frozen Punisher, first Punisher. I mean, Frozen Punisher plus Sylvanas is just ridiculous on its own. It's just a ridiculous 5-man push.
And not only that, we had won earlier in the game, so when the objective comes up, like their wall's already down. So
Yeah.
So it was a mixture of, we got really lucky with Frozen Punisher. I was very confident in where I was standing to be able to push them out, and I guess they weren't feeling very confident in trying to kill me, because they were just letting me kind of bully them away from protecting that keep. So I mean, the fort was free, and then the keep wall was really good, and then we just played backwards from there. And I thought game 2 was really clean. It was fast. It was a good game.
Yeah, it was like I'm killing minions, taking camps, and then it's like, hey, we're on core, come with us. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm gonna have to watch the game. I don't even know what happened.
Yeah, May was picking up trash off the street that whole game while we were driving the car around.
Yep.
Yeah, I do have to 100%. I talked about the great play from Junkrat in game number 1. Game number 2, Brainer, your slush balls on Zul'jin, I think, carried the match. That poor guy just could not get his stacks to save his life.
There was a point in top lane, the top push, where I was diving on like Leo, and I was diving on Leo, and then I looked up, and then KT and ZJ were like killing Sylvanas, and that was like my awake moment where I was like, oh, I have to protect them. Like, I have to be the tank. Like, I can't just dive in and do whatever I want. Like, I have to
Yes,
actually
Brandon.
do my job.
That is your job.
And then
Actually, if I was so awake, that's actually my job probably. But
so then I just had to turn around and yeah, I blinded ZJ. I think the second bottom shrine fight, I blinded ZJ. I walled KT, and then I stunned ZJ again, and then I stunned KT. So I was just like CCing their damage. Like, their damage was very low.
I also want to shout out Brainer for punishing Zul'jin when he did step up to get stacks, because he seemed pretty desperate for him.
nice.
Which he only got. I guess it doesn't show me. It doesn't show me his passive stacks on the stat screen.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. And I did not pay attention at the end of the game because I was kind of busy yelling at the top of my lungs.
I definitely do not think he stacked though. He ended it with what, 37 grand? Yeah, I don't think he got it.
But those are the questions I had kind of set up for the games. Let me go and turn it over to you guys for the shout outs I'm sure you want to give. I know what one of them will be.
You probably can guess all of them. You've interviewed us before. Does someone else want to start off today?
Sure. If my dad's watching, I don't know if he's watching today, but if he's watching, I'll give a shout out there.
What's up, Ghost Dunk Dad? I love you.
Yeah, shout out CCS. Another
CCS?
another successful season.
Yes.
I looked it up, and we were first place our first season together in Div D. We were second place last season, right? Is that correct? Second place last season in Div C. Second place this season, and so we just got to keep that going. We are not going to lose in the semifinals this season. I swear to God, if we lose in the semifinals, I'm going to lose my mind. If we lose in the semifinals 3 times in a row, I don't know what I'm going to do with myself.
You'll probably
Rainer,
play
just don't
New
lose.
Earth or whatever that game is called.
New World, bro.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Watch out for the New World streams coming soon. Just going to be tons of New World content. There's all day, every day.
All right, I think we also shout out the other team. Like, good games. Had fun. So, and we'll see them. I'll see anyone in the playoffs. So, good luck everybody else in the playoffs.
All right. Thanks for
Yeah,
casting.
that's shout out. Yeah, thank you for casting.
Oh, of course. Sorry I couldn't pick it up earlier than I thought, like right an hour before. What ended up happening is that I was in a scrim and I had no idea how long the scrim would go. And then it was a 2-game scrim. And I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I have the night free. Cool.
We did it. Let's go, boys. CCS.
All right.
CCS.
Let's go, baby. Best team in the world.
Absolutely. Actually, I don't know if I'm
I'll-
supposed to agree with that or not, but I'm still alumni, so just deal with it.
See you in Coastal Finals.
I mean, you won't see me there unless I'm casting it.
Yeah, you have to cast our social. You and Valk have to cast our social finals, our Coastal Finals.
I'll definitely try. I've got a decent bit of pull.
And then that's it. That was a good season.
Well, fantastic. So, I'll go and let you guys enjoy the after party. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Thank you.
Sounds good. Thank you. I appreciate it.
No problem. And for all of you wonderful people, I'm going to do something a little bit different than I usually do. There is actually the voice actress for Claire Redfield is playing Resident Evil 2. So I'm going to watch that, and I'm dragging you with me because I hate rating a channel and then leaving immediately. That feels bad. So, boop.